Hello everyone, and welcome to one of our final videos in the Venus series. Oh my goodness, it has been a transformative journey for me. Hopefully you guys have seen that and seen how far I've come over these last 18 months. Is that how long it was? A little over 18 months? 20 months? So yeah, I've really transformed, and I hope that you have too, and I hope that you've enjoyed going with me on this journey. There are no more chakra gates to go through, and now Venus will retrograde. And when she retrogrades, it starts the whole cycle over again. So you can go ahead and follow the next Venus journey. I will not be doing a video series on it, but you can follow it yourself. You can always check where Venus is in her cycle and go on your own Venus journey at any time in the future. So yeah, the Venus story is based off the story of Inanna, which I found some scripts from Sumerian tablets, which were not complete, about the story of Inanna to help us. But yeah, it's the Queen of Heaven who goes down to the underworld to visit the Queen of the Underworld and her sister. And her sister is just so upset that she gets to come visit her in the underworld because she isn't allowed in the heavens anymore. And so her sister kills Inanna, and Inanna then rises and goes back to the heavens. And so it's the story of Venus and how every time the moon crosses Venus, it's another chakra gate in the rise or the fall. In the rise or the fall, depending if Venus is the morning star or if Venus is the evening star. Because Venus switches place in the sky. Sometimes we see her bright and beautiful every morning for about 9 months, and then she switches spots again for another 9 months, and she's bright and beautiful every evening, usually the first star that we see while she's the evening star. But while Venus is in her morning star phase, that is the descent to the underworld, Inanna's descent to the underworld. And she's so naive too, like there's such naivete in the story with her descent. And then Venus will conjunct the sun, and then she rises as the evening star, and this is Inanna's rise to the heavens. So every time the moon would cross Venus, we would go through a chakra gate, and on our descent, as we fell with Venus in her morning star phase, we would give up something every single time, which symbolizes our descent into hell. And I chose something that would relate to each chakra. So for the crown gate, because you start with the crown, you descend all the way to the root, and then you rise from the root to the crown. It's a symbolic story in so many ways, but it tells about winter and summer. It tells about the rise and the fall of the energy within us. It tells about the rise and the fall of all of us. But anyway, there's so much symbolism in this story, and I love it so much. But yeah, whenever we are falling, we relinquish something. We go from the crown to the root, and we relinquish something that, we feel makes life heavenly, or at least I feel like the things that I released made life heavenly for me, and different aspects of them. The first thing was the crown, though, and for me, the crown gate, I let go of my crown ring and my hair. I started not doing my hair all fancy and everything, which I just started doing again, and I'm so excited about, because oh my gosh, that was the one that I had to really sit and think, am I sure that I want to do this on camera and everything? Because I had other video series, like my hair looks awful in a lot of my stories because I just didn't do my hair for 18 months because it was the crown gate. Literally, it was the first thing that I let go of. It's really nice to not worry about doing my hair. All that I would do with my hair is shampoo, condition, brush my hair. But other than that, I didn't really take care of it. I didn't make it fancy. There were a couple times that I did because of respects given. I lost some family members during this time, and I did do my hair fancy for their funeral, but it was a different reason. And it was, I guess if it was during the descent, I had a funeral during the descent and during the rise, honestly. So, I don't know. But I did do my hair during those times, but the rest of the time I did not do my hair, and I did find that people didn't react to me as differently as I thought that they would, like I feel like people only like me because I'm so pretty or something, but yeah, I found that people actually did not react to me. Nobody really noticed any difference, nobody said anything, so that was interesting. And then we went through the third eye gate, and I think that for that one, we released, I think it was the earrings was a part of the third eye, because I researched about the throat and the third eye. I know the throat is like ears, nose, and throat, but I found that the third eye also blends ears and mind, and so eyes and so your eyes, I don't know, your eyes and ears are, I don't know. But yeah, so I think I figured that it would be the earrings for the third eye. Releasing my earrings wasn't a big deal. My sapphires, I think I did with my third eye too. My sapphires, that was a big deal because I was absolutely certain that that was my connection. It helped, like it was like an amplifier is how I would see my sapphires. And so also after releasing these, I was going through different psychic courses and intuitive courses. So strengthening my psychic skills and my intuitive skills without my sapphires, I feel was really good and necessary. But releasing those things wasn't as hard as, I didn't have to contemplate it as much as my hair, because my hair's my baby. I love my hair. It's my blankie. It's everything. But anyway, yeah, and I want to be pretty for people. I just do. But yeah, so releasing the earrings and the sapphires, not as difficult. The sapphires a little bit more difficult, but I felt like it was a good thing. It was strengthening me. Gaining my sapphires and earrings back. The sapphires, it wasn't a big deal to gain them back. I'm grateful for them. They're beautiful. But my earrings, I did not realize how pretty my earrings make me feel. And it's nice to feel pretty. So that's interesting. Oh, and gaining my crown ring back. Like my crown ring, this is my marriage ring, because I'm married myself. I'm married to myself. I'm committed to myself. I made commitments to myself. And this is my marriage ring that symbolizes my commitments to myself. I'm also married to my husband. Don't worry, we all get along. But he agreed that I could marry myself. So, marry myself. Commit to loving me. And so I had to talk to myself about letting go of this ring, because my husband, I would have to talk to him if I needed to let go of my wedding ring, and he probably wouldn't like it, or he would be like, well, you got to find an alternative. And that's what myself told myself, is I needed an alternative that would fit so that I can release my crown for as long as I need to and still feel committed to me, still have a reminder. So my wedding ring, actually, with my wedding ring, I have a skinny ring and a fat ring, because girls fluctuate in weight. We just do. And I do too. So this is my skinny ring. And I also have a fat ring. So I use that fat ring along with my wedding ring, my skinny ring. And I had 3 rings. I had wedding ring, engagement ring, wedding ring, and the second one was my marriage ring. So that's the compromise that I made for myself, and I was able to put down my crown ring for 18 months, actually, because again, the crown, we started and we ended with the crown. So, and it was nice, and yeah, I'm glad that I valued my commitment to myself in doing that. So that was important, and that's important for me to express to you guys. But then we went through the heart gate and we released our we went through the throat gate and we released the jewels, right? Yeah, we released the crystals for the throat gate, and those were easy to release, and I put them in a special place, and it was just beautiful to watch them during the time. And nothing special about gaining those back. It was just a beautiful experience. Gaining them back, I felt like it was an old friend that was coming back, and because I look at crystals as beings, as live beings, and they help us and they can amplify us, and it was like reconnecting with an old friend after some time. And it was like, where do y'all guys want to go now? Do y'all still want to hang out? And finding their place in my life now, it was interesting. So yeah, and then the heart gate was my bracelets, and I had 2 bracelets, y'all. I had my jade bracelet, which meant so much to me. Whenever I was releasing it, I was like, so actually what happened, yeah, it was right before I was about to release my jade bracelet, I lost it, and I had faith that I would find it back or something better would replace it. I did get a nice copper bracelet to replace it, but it's too big for me, and so I just have my sparkly bracelet. I never did really get my jade bracelet back, but it's still meant to be. It was meant to be released. I think it was like 2 weeks before I was meant to release it, I lost my jade bracelet. It fell out while I was dealing with a bunch of family issues, cleaning house and stuff like that. I shouldn't have been wearing my jade bracelet there. I just shouldn't have. But so that happened with the heart gate. And then we moved to the solar plexus gate. And that is where I released my Tesla plates. And this is something that these Tesla plates, I really felt like, they protect us from Wi-Fi, dangerous Wi-Fi. And I do think that dangerous Wi-Fi can affect us. Definitely frequencies and waves affect us. But because I had to go without these, I feel like I moved more into my natural ability of being able to protect myself from those waves, which sometimes means getting away from them. It means getting away as far away as I can from the frequency waves, which you can nowadays. I can. I'm way out in the woods. But yeah, so I learned more to value myself as protection, and that was just a great lesson learned for me. And I no longer carry these. I didn't, and whenever I got them back, I didn't continue to carry them, but I did find, again, some things, whenever you get them back, that you find that they don't have the same spot in your life. So I did find a spot for them because I valued them, and I valued the time that I had with them, my little Tesla plates. So... And then we did the sacral gate, and with the sacral gate, that was my necklace. And you guys, I've lost my necklace. The one that I started with on the journey, it was not this one. And I loved that necklace so much, but again, it was meant to be, I guess. I went to the beach with my sister right after the third eye gate, right after gaining my third eye, right before the final crown gate, and I lost my necklace. It is what it is. Again, I loved that necklace. Releasing it was harsh because it's my rose quartz that I keep my rose oil in. I'm allergic to most perfumes, so I use essential oils, and I love to have diffuser forms like that. But I gained my necklace back, and it was like a happy day to gain my necklace back. And to lose it, it was getting kind of sad. I was, because I was falling more and more into my shadow, because we were going over our shadow self. I was embracing my shadow self, and I would really embrace my shadow self all month long. The aspect of the chakra that we're working on, I would really embrace it. So I was getting darker and darker. My family was noticing too, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to back off. Maybe it's not such a great idea to do 9 months of shadow work, but so this is not a journey for the lighthearted. This is a journey for those that, can take intensities. I can take intensities, so I was willing to go intense with it. But yeah, Then we have the root gate where I gave up my dress, my pretty dress. I have to be in rags, ugly hair. And every time I would change, my makeup, I would get one less color off the rainbow out of my makeup, my hands. And at the end, I was just all plain Jane. And I tried to face my shadow self. I had this vision in my head of facing my shadow self on camera and it working out. And I did not do very well. I did okay, I think. Maybe it's okay. But it turned out very cringe. And I was just like, I got to move on. I really was moving into my shadow self. I wasn't as creatively inspired. And it was difficult, So, yeah, I did fall. I fell pretty hard once I relinquished in the root gate. I felt like I was back in hell and I needed to get myself back out again, and it was frustrating, which is why the sacral gate was so refreshing for me, because the root gate, going back to the root gate, getting my dress back, I was still kind of disgruntled because it's like I'm still in hell, coming back up, because we went down to the root gate and I was just like in hell. Family's like, what's up with you? I almost went to the mental hospital again. I mean, crazy. And it's like the stuff comes up it felt like it was coming up for its not final, but for another cleansing, for another refreshing. And yeah, so yeah, but now that I've gone through the full rise, I feel transformed. I feel inspired. I feel grateful. I'm so grateful. And now Venus is going to go retrograde in Leo, telling us to reevaluate our heart and our heart expression, reevaluate how we creatively express ourselves. And then after that retrograde, Venus will be morning star again. And if you want, you can go through the whole journey again, 1 month at a time. When Venus crosses the moon, go through a gate, release something, starting from the crown, go all the way down and face your shadow self, go all the way down to the root, facing a shadow aspect of yourself in each for a full month, and then begin your rise from hell. Face your true shadow self at the bottom, and begin to rise and gain everything back and feel the pleasures of getting everything back and experience the importance of these things in your life. And sometimes you might not get everything back. Sometimes things go away and you never get them back, like my jade bracelet. I haven't got it back. And you know what? It found its better place. And I'm better off without it in a way. I do believe that. So there's lessons learned from those things that you don't get to gain back. And there's lessons learned from your ability to relinquish and let go. So that's what this journey is all about. I hope you guys were able to follow it. I know that I'm crazy and I'm eccentric and I don't fully explain things, I don't think, perfectly well. So I do hope that you're able to understand it, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you that followed me on this journey. Stay tuned, because I am going to have a video next week discussing the Venus retrograde in Leo, and I am going to go into detail with every degree that Venus will retrograde into and what it means for the collective. And then I will discuss the horoscopes for Venus retrograde for each of the signs. So I can't wait to see you guys there. Thank you again for following me on this journey. I am so grateful for every single one of you. You can go on this journey if you want to. Be the creator in your life. Again, Venus is going retrograde, and we're going to reevaluate how we create. So you don't have to do it exactly like me. You can find your own way to go on your own Venus journey. But this was my way, and I'm so grateful that all of you were able to go with me on it, and that you were able to watch. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be blessed with love.